Hola, I guess I'm live. Ya estoy en mi en vivo, que se está haciendo rutina. It's becoming a routine. Um, it will be a short live. Va a ser un live pequeño. No lo voy a hacer muy largo. um, Porque hay cosas que tengo que hacer antes de que se haga más tarde. There's quite a few things that I need to do before it gets a lot later. Um, my time here is 6:56. El horario aquí conmigo son las 6:56. Y ayer hablé contigo dos veces. I talked to you yesterday a couple of times. I did my regular live showing you the dress that I had made, and then I did a second live. Uh, I don't know, to complain that I wasn't too happy with the first live uh, because of a situation. And I already told you about the situation quite a few times, the panic attack that I got because I couldn't find a dress that a young lady came to pick up. And I finally found it. But uh, due to that issue, I have organized my sewing room and I have my orders. Things are in order now. And I'm going to talk to the young lady that comes and helps me clean the boutique. I'm going to tell her not to touch my orders, my my completed orders, just to leave them as is. I'm sure she's going to be fine with it. She's a very sweet girl. She's very good. She's been helping me here at the shop for the last 4 years. Um, she came through a program through the state, and then I guess she was disqualified after a while because it was only a few months training, and I hired her, and she helps me out, um, and this young lady, uh, she's the one that makes my boutique look very professional and organized. And I'm just going to continue talking. I'm going to get up in a few minutes and go lock the door, turn off the light. And I have a call coming in. I don't know what to do. It's Mami Teresa. I'll call her back in a minute just because I don't know what to do. How to pick up my phone or how to put myself in mute. Hi, Sulma Rivera. Hello. I'm surprised that I was able to read your name without me making any pauses because I'm a very bad reader. Hello. Um, my mother was calling me. Hmm. It's just that I don't know how to pause my life to call her back. What I'm going to do, let me see if I can figure this out. Create, touch, live videos, mute. I guess if I'm going to click mute and okay, I'm going to click on mute. Okay. I hope you stay on. Hi, Brandy. Brandy Humwood. How are you? I'm going to put myself on mute and I'm going to see if Mami Teresa left me a message, okay? It's because it's late. She should be sleeping right now, but I have a sister that's ill. And okay, I'm putting myself on mute. 1 second. Okay, I'm back on. I was concerned because I have a sister that she's ill, and I was concerned, and I thought maybe that's why she was calling me. But she left me a 7-second message. She went to the casino, and yesterday, Mami Teresa told me that she was going to the casino today because she wanted to get the bag that I liked, and I don't remember liking a bag. And I told her, I don't remember. She said, yeah, I showed you a voucher that had different gifts if we went this date, and this date. And on Tuesday, they're going to be giving us a bag. And you said that you liked the bag. I said, oh, maybe I did. I don't remember. But I told her, well, I probably said that the bag was the best gift item on that on the coupons, uh, and and I was very sincere to her. And you probably took that as an excuse so that you can go to the casino again this month, because supposedly she only goes once a month, but she goes every Tuesday. And I'm happy. She left me a message. She has the bag, and when she gives it to me, I am going to pretend that I'm excited and that I like the bag, and I'm going to thank her, and I'm going to tell her that I'm going to take it with me when I go on vacation, and she gets all happy. I love Mami Teresa because she's like a little girl. Um, okay, Brandy, the crown. Yeah, I'll learn about the way YouTube works. I got my totals today. That was a machine printing out my totals. And I won't be making a live tomorrow. Um, Tomorrow is my daughter Becky, little Becky, Rebecca. It's her birthday. She would have been 34 tomorrow, and she's in heaven. Um, yeah, she's in heaven. So my days and years just run. So she passed 18 years ago. 18 years ago. I just can't believe that I haven't seen Becky for 18 years. We were very attached. Uh, very, very attached. We were really good friends. Um, what else was I going to mention to you? Okay, this guy used to come last year, used to come once a week to sell candy. You know, he buys candy at the dollar store, at those Mexican stores where they sell dulce mexicano, Mexican candy, or wherever, he can find it. And he puts his candies in a box, and then he goes to all the businesses and sells his candy, and that's how he supports himself. But I hadn't seen him for months, and he walks in. He looked familiar, but he looked thinner and smaller that I didn't recognize him. And then, but when he started talking to me, I realized it was this guy, the guy that came last year once a week selling his candy. He had his little box of candy, and I told him, I haven't seen you for a long time. Have you been away? He said, yes, I was in California. I had back surgery, and that's why he looked smaller, and he was walking like this. And very nice guy. Hola, Ana. Ana, the day that you don't show up to my lives, I'm going to be worried about you, okay? Muchos saludos, Ana. Thea Golves, Thea, Thea Goalves, Thea Goalves. Good night, good night. Sorry if I'm chopping off names. I'm sorry. Hello, Thea, and he came, and this guy, I can tell that he struggles a lot, and you know what I did. I'm going to show you. I did buy him some things. I kind of wanted to help him out. So I almost bought almost everything. And, gum. I don't chew gum unless I'm hungry and I'm going to be going out to dinner, but I don't want to need it. I don't want to eat anything. And sometimes I get busy chewing gum, before I dinner, just to be able to eat a lot when I go out. But I don't really. And los peanuts, I love these. So I bought peanuts. and also these mazapans. I bought the mazapans. Oh, and I bought the M&Ms. I finished them all. So and the masapan, I'm gonna use it tomorrow. I'm gonna do my oatmeal, and then I'm gonna put a masapan in my oatmeal. It's gonna be good. So I bought these estos dulces and cacahuates peanuts from this young guy that I think he supports himself by selling uh, these items, and I like helping him out. And with no issues, I was able to buy all of these, peanuts and candies, because I've been having sales, and it was no issue me just paying him, and I gave him a few dollars extra. And but last year when it was very tough, like in June. I'm going to say through October, very tough because we were having the issues with the ICE immigration, and there were no sales, no money, and it was really tough. Then me buying something like this, I would have had to really think about it before purchasing a bunch of candy and peanuts. So, all right, Brazil. Oh, the Aco are in Brazil. Hello, obrigada. Oh, Brazil. Oh, wow. Um, God bless you. Bless me and all the people that are here in the live, correct? I get traumatized with things. I'm still traumatized with Lourdes Rivas or Rios. Lourdes, that I forgot to say hi to her. Not that I forgot. I was thinking that Lourdes and Luz were the same person, but I hope she shows up one of these days. And personally, I'll apologize to her. And so tomorrow I'm not doing a live. Tomorrow's my daughter Becky's birthday, 34th birthday. So and Wednesdays I close a shop. So in a few minutes, as soon as I'm done with the live, I'm gonna run and go get some flowers and have the flowers ready so I can take them to her tomorrow morning. Uh, and she loved when my daughter Rebecca was able to see up until she was right around 10 and a half years old. She was able to see, and and she was able to speak up until she was about 8 years old, and then she lost her speech and her hearing. She wore hearing aids since she was about 4 years old, and um, and uh, she was able to tell me when she was able to see that she loved yellow, uh, and and I knew that she loved yellow. She told me, and when I take her flowers, I take her yellow flowers. Anything, you know how sometimes they'll tint the carnations, yellow. Anything that's yellow, I'll take her yellow flowers. And and about Rebecca, my little Rebecca, you know, she was born with a syndrome. Here I'm going to tell you this is personal, but because tomorrow is a special day, she was born with a syndrome, and she wasn't diagnosed correctly. The doctor that was treating her misdiagnosed her. We were giving her treatments for the condition that they thought she had, and that treatment didn't work. And as soon as we got her off that treatment, 2 weeks later, uh, she stopped walking. She lost her hearing, her vision, her speech, and she was bedbound, homebound. like I mentioned to you a while ago, that she was able to feel. Um, and before she lost all of that, I was taking her to sign language classes because little by little she was losing her speech. And so I took her to sign language, so there were a few signs that she learned. I already forgotten because I used to go to the classes with her, but she was able to tell me things just by touching me. She would tell me. Yeah, I used to like taking her to the mall. She liked going out, even though taking her out was really hard because if it was too warm, if it was too cold, if it was windy, uh, anything, she would get sick. And and it was really hard, but she liked, so I would cover her up and take her to the mall in her wheelchair, and I would let her touch the children's clothing, and she would touch it and she would tell me what she wanted. And sometimes she would touch something that she thought it was something that she liked, and it wouldn't be her size. And I would tell her yes, I would touch her hand and tell her yes, yes, I'll buy it for you. And then she would tell me thank you. And then we would get home, and I wouldn't buy what she had touched because it wouldn't be something for her. It wouldn't be her size, or let's say it was a, I don't know, a boy's item, and and she would get a little upset. She would get a little upset, but then I would try and make her happy, and I would put the outfit on her, and then she would touch it, and she liked touching like the ruffles and touching the tops, and she would tell me, and then she would tell me thank you. uh, and she was very uh, she liked dressing up. Even with her condition, she loved dressing up, and I think she got it from me. I think she got it from me. Excuse me. uh, con permisito. This is a piece of I was using this for a top, and the top was too big, but right now I'm using it for this, and now I'm throwing it away. I'm not going to use it for the top anymore. The top was too long, and I cut it. And and I had that piece there. So that's my Rebequita. That's my Becky. Um, I we were very attached. We were very, very attached. And and I'll continue telling you about Becky, how how she loved life. Um, the other thing that I wanted to show you is the mañanitas, the panchos that I learned making when I was about 5, 6 years old. I mentioned to you yesterday that my dad, was an alcoholic, and uh, I maybe remember my dad not being drunk maybe once, twice, because he was drunk all the time. And he would always send us to the room. He would, close the curtains, and we would get in trouble for playing, or for being too loud, or for just whatever, any excuse. We would get in trouble, and he would send us to our room. And then the room was always dark because he wanted us to go to sleep because we were going to be, going to school the next day and so on. And I remember crocheting. With a one needle, it's crochet. I would crochet, and I would make doll little skirts, mañanitas, little ponchos, tops, or little dresses. They weren't very perfect. And the needle that I used when I did the crochet, my dad, even though my dad, had his defectos, he made my crochet needle with a branch of a tree. And I remember that, it makes me feel good, and I that's how I learned. Not with a needle. He made me one from a tree branch, and these are the mañanitas. I'm going to show them to you, um, and uh, and I make them for young girls. This is one, and these are shells. So this is a mañanita, and that's what we call them in Mexico. But a lot of people calls them panchos, gabanes. But I call them mañanitas because that's how when my mother would make them. Um, she would say, "Oh, ya voy a hacer una mañanita," and my mother made mañanitas like this. This is in the time that we were living in Tijuana, in the border, because we moved from Zacatecas to Tijuana, uh, waiting to you know uh, make enough money for us to come to the U.S. Because at that when I was up until 5, 6 years old, we didn't have papers. We weren't legally here, so my parents were saving money to pay the coyote to bring us to the States. And so my mother made mañanitas, and she would go to the boutiques in el centro de Tijuana, in Tijuana's boutiques, and she would sell the mañanitas. She would make, my mother crochets very nice, very delicate. She has her hands are very delicate, and I'll show you some other day what she makes me. And even though she's 86 years old, she'll be 86, she still does really good crocheting. So she would make them really big. She would sell them for $7. For $7, and um, well, they took advantage of her because it took a lot of yarn. She used to buy balls and rolls of. She probably only made, from buying all the yarn, she probably made $2, you know, and it would take her, a week to make one mañanita. But the $2, we were able to buy beans, milk, tortillas, sopitas, sopitas, fideos, just a little bit of tomato, and those $2 would last us the whole week in groceries. Uh-huh. Feeding seven mouths, seven of us, but we were happy though. We were happy. This is a red one. I like making the red ones because they sell a lot for Christmas or during the holidays when it's cold. So these are my mañanitas, and I learned to make these when I was 5, 6 years old. And let's see. I have an angel. Yes, I do. I do. My little, my daughter, because I always worked, even though my daughter was, with her condition. Um, I had a lady that was hired by the state who would pay half, and my medical insurance at that time I was working at a hospital would pay the other 50% for me to have a care provider for 8 hours for my daughter while I was at work. And I went through so many care providers. I went through over 20 care providers, and Patricia was the last care provider that I had, and she worked about 8 years. With Rebecca, she was the best thing that ever happened to us because she took such a good care of Rebecca, and because I was always concerned if Patricia was maybe faking it when we were around and pretend that she was taking good care of Rebecca. Sometimes I would get off work early and just show up without any announcement. any hour, you know. I wouldn't do it every day. I would do it maybe once a month or every other month. Just take off work, show up, and she would always be doing something with Rebecca, her therapy, you know, playing with her, uh, putting her in the bathtub and having her do her exercise with the water because Rebecca loved water. She loved taking baths. And Patricia told me one day, she told me, I treat Rebecca, with respect and I love her. She said, because Rebecca's the one that's going to be opening the doors in heaven. Oh, I look really ugly when I cry. She's going to be opening the doors in heaven for me. And that always stuck with me. And that's why I say that, people that it depends how we treat people, especially people that have medical disabilities. I know that some people don't get treated right, and and I always think that's really sad because we can be pretty healthy right now. Um, we can be pretty healthy right now and everything's fine, but we don't know from one day to the next. Sometimes, accidents, pandemics, uh, people all of a sudden. My mother had a friend that she looked so healthy. She just looked so healthy. And one day, the lady uh, told my mother at work, she was like in her 50s. She told my mother, I thank God that I'm so healthy. And, um, yeah, how am I going to? I'm trying to is to say, I'm thinking really fast, but my words are not coming out. She was always put together, and she always wore high heels. And one day, my mother told her, "Oh my gosh, you look so nice," and she told her, "Oh, I thank God that I'm so healthy, and I am going to dress and do what I like until I'm 80, 90 years old." And the next day, she didn't wake up. She passed away. And and right now, my mother and I, we still think about her. It's just like, my gosh, she looks so healthy. That's why we never know. We never know, and it's not good to make fun of people that are sick, um, uh, or mistreat them, because, man, karma is a bitch. I can spell. I can't read, but I can spell. Sorry about that. Rebecca, yes, my Rebecca, Becky. Um, my Rebecca's favorite song when she was able to hear, and but her favorite song was "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" with TLC. And every time I listen to that song, and I'm when I go get her flowers and take her flowers to the cemetery, I'm gonna turn on the radio, and I'm pretty sure the song's gonna come out because it happens. TLC comes out, and that's her song. Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls with TLC. That was her favorite song. Um, and let's see, I've been at my live. I'm not going to show you the other dress. Oh, mira, hold a second. Maybe I'm going to go move around. I'm going to close the shop, and I'm going to show you the skirt. I was going to do a Mexican dress, but I decided to do two separate pieces. I did the skirt, and I am going to do the top separately. I thought I just thought it'd be better for me to make it into two pieces because I've been making one piece dresses. I have a lot of them and I want to give the customer option. So you're going to come with me. Hopefully my phone won't get blurry. Um, and, uh, and I'm going to show you the skirt. And then I'm going to close the shop and then say goodbye to you. Uh, that's a skirt. And I'll be making the top not tomorrow because I'll be busy tomorrow with Mami Teresa and all that. And I'm taking her to the dentist. And but I'll probably get the top ready Thursday, and uh, and I'll be showing it to you. And what I'm going to do, I'll be putting it on and modeling it because sometimes just being like that might not look very nice. But if I model it, well, is it going to look nice? I don't know. But sometimes it does look pretty good. So I already turned off the lights and I'm just going to say goodbye to you. And it is beautiful, the skirt, yeah, the flag. And I'm thinking of putting the águila, el águila, but I don't know. But if I do it, I'm going to show it to you. It's just that the more things that I put on my clothing, it's the more expensive. And sometimes that people think about it. They don't want to pay too much, and I just don't want to make them so expensive that they're just going to be turning away. Sometimes I'll make something that's not too expensive, and if the águila, I give them the option and I'll just tell them, if you want me to put the águila, I'll put it, but it'll be so much. And I give them the option. And there are times if I'm not busy, in 15 minutes, I can put it on for them and then they leave out of here happy. That's how I've been working. And well, thank you all. And I hope you have a great evening. I won't be doing a live tomorrow. Hopefully, Thursday I will. Okay? And take care and have a great evening. Adios. Take care.